Who doesn't want high definition TV? Nobody! That's why you bought that big TV in the first place, right? But the thing is, plenty people got that big flat screen TV for Christmas or their birthday or whatever, but they didn't get an HD cable box to go with it. That means that they're watching this regular TV signal on their big HD TV, and it could look so much better. See, an HD image is 4 times the size of a regular digital TV image. To get true HD, you gotta have Rev TV HD to go along with your HD TV. So here's the deal. You can get a Rev TV HD box today for about as much as you're paying now for your regular digital box. And you'll only pay half the cost to access over 100 HD channels with Rev TV HD. You're welcome.
Your HD TV deserves true HD, so upgrade to Rev TV HD today for just $4.99 a month for a limited time from Rev TV. Rev TV HD, how we define TV.
The Educators Managerial Union probes the hiring of a school principal previously convicted of manslaughter, how that could impact insurance premiums, plus the story of a boy diagnosed with autism at age 14. We've got those stories and a whole lot more this Good Friday. I'm Vonnie Toot, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union has launched an independent investigation into the hiring of a North Andros principal who was previously convicted of manslaughter and incarcerated. News about the principal's past has reignited debate over the public education system's vetting process. Jasmine Bonamy reports.
Earlier this week, Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald announced that his ministry would be launching an investigation into the matter. However, it turns out that they won't be the only ones launching an investigation into the Andros principal's work. Bemu President Charles Walgu says the union has launched an investigation of its own. He told NB12 he believes due process should be followed with any investigation into the matter. Walgu says he was made aware of the issue on Tuesday. Since then, he has been in contact with the principal, who became a Bemu member after previously being a member of the Bahamas Union of Teachers for several years.
He is a member of our union, and we're going to stand up for members of our union. When they do wrong, we're going to pull them aside and seek to correct them and to assist them. But when they are right and when they are making positive strides in this country, I think we need to undergird them. When I spoke to him, he appears to be taking it in stride. He is concerned.
Walgu says the principal, who was convicted 30 years ago, had favorable reviews on his annual confidential report as well as his recent interview with the Public Service Commission. The education minister also defended the performance of the principal and said he has given exemplary service during his 17-year career in the public school system. When the issue was first reported in the Tribune on Monday, Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson said she recommended that the Ministry of Education remove the principal from the school and transfer him to another department within the ministry. But Bemu officials say they believe the principal has proven he is fit to hold the job based on his exemplary work over the years. Union Executive Ishmael Smith says their lawyers are taking a good look into the matter.
One of the things that the union has to do, because we are an organization of professionals, is professionally investigate the matter. So we're in the process, as the president would have indicated, of speaking to persons, speaking or liaising with education, where we are legally able to see his file, to look at how he's performed since then, to see how he performed as a teacher, because if he's just recently an administrator, that means that he must have a track record before him of doing those things that he needs to do without getting into any other incident. So if that is clear and that is clean, and then it speaks to his character as of this point in time. It is a sensitive issue. It's a very touchy issue. But if we have no evidence since that time to now that there's been no harm provided to a child, no harm provided to anyone in the community, no harm provided to a teacher, no harm provided to the school, then where are our grounds to say that he is not capable or professional enough?
Meantime, Fitzgerald says his ministry will take into account the concerns of the union, the public, and parents before a decision is made on the matter. When asked if he knew of other teachers or administrators in the public school system with past criminal convictions, Fitzgerald said he was not aware of any. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
An 18-year-old man died tragically last evening when he lost control of his Honda motorcycle and crashed into the back of an SUV. It's Eleuthera's second traffic fatality in 3 days. Police say the victim was traveling south on Queens Highway in Governor's Harbor around 6 p.m. when the accident happened. A 42-year-old man was driving the 2005 Hyundai Santa Fe he crashed into. The biker was rushed to a local clinic where he was pronounced dead. Just 3 days ago, a man was walking along Queens Highway in Palmetto Point when a vehicle struck him. He died on the scene. 2 men are in hospital tonight following 2 separate early morning shootings. Both incidents happened around 1 a.m. Police say one of the victims showed up at Princess Margaret Hospital with a gunshot wound to the stomach. Authorities say they're not quite sure where that shooting happened. The victim is in serious condition. Meantime, another man was rushed to hospital after a gunman shot him in the right shoulder on Dorset Alley and West Street. Police investigations continue. Though many questions about value-added tax remain unanswered, officials say one thing is certain. It will likely lead to a 5 to 6% increase in the cost of living in the first year. Insurance agents warn that could include insurance premiums, noting there will be an increased cost for all businesses. We spoke with 2 industry insiders who say there is still too much uncertainty at this late stage in the process, despite discussions with the Ministry of Finance.
We really need to know more, and the more uncertainty prevails, the more conservative business people become.
President of RMS Insurance Agents and Brokers Brian Moody says the biggest concern the insurance company has is the uncertainty surrounding that implementation. Though some members of the business community are encouraged by government's plan to cut the rate of taxation, he says it is likely that implementation will drive up insurance premiums.
The insurance industry is VAT exempt. However, there is repercussions for that, and there's going to be increased costs for all businesses. And of course, those costs have to be absorbed somewhere. Does the business absorb them, or do they pass them on? And I think in the current economic environment, to be passing even more costs on to customers, whether they're insurance customers or grocery store customers, is probably not the best for the economic environment we're in right now.
President of Shield Insurance Howard Knowles expressed a similar concern, noting he also suspects the cost of claims will rise. Why is that?
Because of the fact we're going to be paying out more, even though the premiums aren't rated with or added with the VAT. Some of the cost involved that we have to pay out with claims will have VAT on it. You know, the business of an insurance company is to make money, and so it's not a charity as such. So if claims do escalate, then you could see rates rise. But I mean, I haven't actually heard that said. But it could happen.
Knowles and Moody say that's why it's so important for more information to be released on the controversial tax.
But I don't think that there's been, I don't think that there's been the type of education that's been needed for something of this magnitude, to come upon the nation.
Businesses have to put in place so many checks and balances, so many adaptations to their current software infrastructure to make sure that the VAT is collected and charged properly and paid on properly, that we really need to know more.
Despite lingering uncertainty, though, Knowles says business will go on.
I mean, obviously it will impact, and we will have to just make whatever adjustments are necessary as prudent business people to continue on with business.
And in other news, Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce President Thomas Sands Jr. says he is optimistic the island's economy is on the rebound. During a news conference held to announce plans for this year's Eleuthera Business Outlook, Sands told reporters that Eleuthera has been in a recession for more than 30 years.
Eleuthera has had its challenges over the years. It has had essentially a recession for 30 plus years, with a moment of a blip on the hard monitor, as I would describe it, between 2004 to 2007, and then of course the recession hit us all. We believe that it is beginning to emerge in the Bahamas. It's beginning to emerge out of what was one of probably the toughest recessions. And so there's great hope and optimism for Eleuthera and the Family Islands that we are seeing a way forward.
Sands is one of several speakers expected to address the business community during the second annual Eleuthera Business Outlook on April 24th. He says their aim is to understand and plan for Eleuthera's economic future, as well as identify opportunities for Bahamians to participate in the development of the country.
It's a great opportunity for us to provide exposure to the communities of Eleuthera, to the businesses of Eleuthera, and our goal is to do that throughout the island. Every part of the island, it's a little bit more, it's diverse from one area to the other. The economies are slightly different.